What if I told you a simple powder that costs around $1 could help clean out years of hidden mold from your washing machine? No tools needed, no professional required, no scrubbing. Just one simple method that almost anyone can try at home. At first, it sounds like one of those exaggerated internet claims, right? But here's the interesting part. Many people who've tried this method say they noticed their washer smelling fresher, sometimes after just a single cycle. So the real question is, what's actually happening here? And why do so many people only discover this after spending money on expensive solutions? Before we go deeper, let's quickly get something clear. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not professional cleaning or technical advice. Every washing machine is different, every environment is different, and results can vary depending on buildup, usage, and condition. So if you ever try anything like this, make sure you do your own research and proceed carefully. What we're discussing here is based on commonly shared methods, basic chemistry, and publicly available information. Now let's talk about the part that usually surprises people the most: cost. If your washing machine starts smelling bad or showing signs of buildup, the first thing most people do is look for a solution. And the options? They're not always cheap. Professional cleaning services can easily cost between $50 to $150 per visit, depending on where you live and what's involved. Then you have specialized washing machine cleaning products. These are marketed specifically for deep cleaning internal parts of the machine, and they often cost anywhere from $10 to $25 per bottle. And in many cases, one bottle isn't even enough for long-term maintenance. Some people go even further, replacing rubber seals, internal parts, or in extreme cases, the entire machine. Now compare that with something that costs just a few dollars. That gap alone makes people curious, but curiosity isn't enough. The real question is, does it make sense scientifically? Surprisingly, yes, at least to some extent. The idea behind this method isn't random. It connects to basic cleaning chemistry that has been used for decades in different forms. In many cleaning processes, whether it's laundry, sanitation, or even certain industrial applications, simple compounds are used to break down organic material, remove residue, and neutralize odors. These reactions aren't new. They've been understood for a long time. What's changed is how they're packaged and sold. And that's where things get interesting. Because this simple powder method isn't some brand new discovery. It's actually something that many people used in different forms before modern specialized cleaners became widely available. Over time, as industries evolved, cleaning solutions became more targeted, more convenient, and of course, more expensive, which makes sense from a business perspective. But it also means that simpler, low-cost methods slowly faded into the background. Not because they stopped working, but because they stopped being talked about. And that creates this strange situation where something basic feels hidden or secret, even though it's been around for years. To understand why this method can work, you have to first understand the real problem inside a washing machine. Because most people only see the outside. They open the lid or door, everything looks clean, maybe a little water here and there, nothing unusual. But inside the system, it's a different story. Every time you wash clothes, small amounts of detergent, fabric fibers, dirt, and oils get left behind. Add moisture to that, and you get the perfect environment for buildup. In certain areas, like rubber seals, inner drum edges, and drainage pathways, water doesn't fully dry out, and when moisture stays trapped, organic material can slowly accumulate. Over time, this can lead to unpleasant smells, residue, and in some cases, visible mold. It doesn't happen overnight. It builds gradually, layer by layer, cycle after cycle. That's why many people don't notice it until the smell becomes obvious. So where does the powder come in? The idea is fairly simple. When this type of powder is added to hot water and run through a cycle, it can create a cleaning reaction that helps break down some of that buildup. It may loosen residue, reduce odor-causing particles, and help flush out materials that have been sitting inside the machine. Again, it's not magic. It's just a basic chemical or physical process interacting with organic matter. Some powders create an alkaline environment. Others may release oxygen-based cleaning action when mixed with water. These reactions can help target the kind of residue that builds up over time. But it's important to understand something here. This doesn't mean it will completely remove everything in every situation. Heavily neglected machines or severe mold buildup may require deeper cleaning or professional attention. This method is often described as helpful for maintenance or moderate buildup, not as a guaranteed fix for every case. Still, for many people, even a noticeable improvement is enough to make a difference. Now here's something interesting that often gets overlooked. In earlier decades, before modern washer cleaning products became common, people used simpler approaches to maintain their machines. Basic cleaning agents were added occasionally to help prevent buildup. There wasn't as much focus on specialized solutions. Instead, the focus was on understanding how materials react and using that knowledge in practical ways. As technology advanced, Washing machines became more complex. At the same time, cleaning products became more specialized. That combination created a shift. People started relying more on ready-made solutions and less on understanding the underlying process. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Convenience is valuable, but it also means that when a simple method works, it feels surprising, even though the principle behind it is quite ordinary. Now let's walk through the commonly shared method step by step. First, make sure the washing machine is completely empty, no clothes inside. Second, add a small amount of the powder directly into the drum. The exact amount can vary depending on the product and machine size, so it's important to stay within reasonable limits. Third, run a hot water cycle. Hot water plays an important role here because it helps activate the cleaning process and improves the breakdown of residue. Fourth, let the cycle complete fully. Avoid interrupting it midway. Fifth, if needed, run an additional rinse cycle to help clear out any remaining particles. That's the entire process. No scrubbing, no disassembly, no complicated steps, just a cycle. And for many users, that simplicity is what makes it appealing. Some people report that after trying this, their washing machine smells noticeably fresher. Others say their clothes come out cleaner or that the musty odor disappears. In some cases, users repeat the process occasionally as part of regular maintenance. But again, experiences vary. Not every machine will respond the same way. Not every type of buildup behaves the same way. And expectations should always stay realistic. Now step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture. This isn't just about washing machines. It reflects a broader pattern we see in everyday life. Simple solutions often exist, but they get overlooked because they don't look advanced, branded, or specialized. Meanwhile, more complex or expensive solutions become the default choice, not necessarily because they're always better, but because they're more visible. Understanding this doesn't mean rejecting modern products. It just means being aware that sometimes basic methods still have value, and knowing when to use them can save time, money, and effort. Before we wrap up, one more important note. This content is for educational purposes only. There's no guarantee that this method will produce the same results for everyone. Washing machines vary, conditions vary, and improper use of any cleaning method can cause issues. Always test carefully, follow your machine's guidelines, and take responsibility for how you apply any technique. If you're unsure, it's always safer to consult a professional. If this helped you understand something new, feel free to share it with someone who might find it useful. And if you're interested in more simple, practical insights like this, you can subscribe for more. See you in the next one.